And you guys can already see some of the two-stoppers coming in already. Overtake engaged, DRS open, rich mixture flowing. Into the first corner, we go up the inside of Pierre Gasly. The Frenchman versus the South African. Into the first... Are you ready? No, I said, are you ready? Hello guys, Turbocharged 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world, and I hope you enjoyed my D-Generation X reference there at the beginning of the video. Guys, it's time to start Season 2 of my team. If you guys haven't checked out the previous video, which I posted at latest yesterday, otherwise just earlier today, go check it out to have all the details about what's happening in this second season. Yeah, the new car, our new second driver, all of the details will be there, so go check it out. And if you enjoyed my intro, please drop a like down below on the video. It's only going to take you a nifty 2 seconds. And while you're down there, make sure to go check out the links in the description down below for me officially being a part of a South African clan. I'm a part of Falcon Gaming South Africa, and with these guys, I'm going to try and grow the South African gaming community as well as growing the sim racing community. We've got a big community, guys, but we are very divided in South Africa, so we've got a lot of potential when it comes to the gaming community, and we really have to grow it. So please go check Falcon Gaming out in the description down below. Guys, looking at the performance chart, something that I did not show you guys in the pre-season video. This is how things stand. Remember, there was no regulation change, so everything is still as it is. But as you guys can see, the grid is extremely close together. You've got Mercedes all the way down to Haas and Alfa Romeo, which are basically within half a second. Okay, not half a second, 3/4 of a second within each other's pace. It's insane. Mercedes, Racing Point, Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Renault, AlphaTauri, us, Alfa Romeo, Haas, and then Williams are the only team that are lacking behind. So there you guys can see our Season 2 beast, the most beautiful and sexiest car on the grid. Oh yes. And you guys can see now, so it depends from track to track. At some tracks we will be able to have like Q3 pace, and at other tracks we might not even get out of Q1 because the top 10 teams are so close together. So it's really going to be, the sooner we can get our current upgrades fitted to the car, the better. Also guys, look at our new racing facility. I think this is how we're going to look every time we go into a race weekend, and I think the green just makes it just makes everything pop, and I love it. Guys, also we are not doing a full 22 race calendar. We're doing a shortened 16 race calendar, and we are starting off the season at Sakhir for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Now guys, make sure to go check out the links in the description down below. I'm going to remind you guys about that again now and at the end of the video, so just make sure about that. The only little thing the little blooper we had in practice was this big moment where we kept the car out of the wall, but I basically killed a set of tires. But guys, no longer post-season 1, pre-season 2. It's time for the real deal. It's time to get the season underway. So let's head to the first quali session of the season. I am absolutely in love with my helmet and with the car. Guys, the car looks so sick this season. I am in love with our car and with our helmet. Guys, for the first time, you guys are going to see this baby on track. Just a quick little view of the car coming out of the pit lane. You guys can see the former Williams man in his new machinery, George Russell, now driving for Haas F1. Once again, if you want to see all the drivers who chopped and changed for the city season, make sure to go check out the previous video. And I'm not going to say that again, because now you should have clicked off and watched the previous one by now. You guys see, we said at the end of our first lap, guys, it felt like a good lap, but clearly it wasn't competitive. So what did I say when we looked at the performance index? Some tracks you're going to be in the top 10, like top 5.
Mechanics, please stand clear. We're ready to go.
Thank you for interrupting me, Jeff, but it's okay. And at other tracks, you're going to be fighting at the back, basically just being quicker than Williams. So, guys, we've got a problem. We are P21 as we start our final lap in Q1, and let's jump on board for this lap, because if it's not a good one, we have a big problem. This is not how I would like to start my second season of my team. After ending the season, last season, with a victory, this is not the way I want to start season 2. So let's come to the end of the first sector, nearly there, through this right-hander, and this next section is my favorite section of the track. It's a left into a sweeping right-hander, back into a left, it's like a triple S section, and then into the hairpin. Beautiful run through there. You guys can see I'm gaining about a 10th and a half. We go up to 2.5 tenths now as we exit the corner. But you guys can see I did leave time on the table, but the first lap wasn't bad. Like, it's not like I'm gaining massive amounts of time. Okay, there I gained massive amounts of time. We are 4 tenths up on our time. DRS is open as we head now into almost the final sector. Here are the final 2 corners of sector 2. The sweeping left into the right. This right-hander is flat out in Formula 1 cars. Just don't touch that inside curb. I do, but luckily keep control of the car through the second sector. It's a good sector time. It's going green, 4.5 tenths up on our time at this stage. It's going all the way up to 6 tenths. So the track has really gripped up for this final part of Q1. Through the final corner, heading towards the line, open up DRS, mount the curb on the outside. DRS open now, and it's going to be P. Oh crap. Oh crap. No crap. Okay, how the hell? Where's the first Williams? Like, where's Latifi? Aitken is lost. Where's Latifi? I'm out. Albon is in P12. Oh, wow.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal. And it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula 1 World Championship. Formula 1 returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Sainz, Ocon, Perez, Gasly, and Alexander Albon, Grosjean, Norris, George Russell, and Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Latifi, Lance Stroll, and Sebastian Vettel, Raikkonen, Parker, Kvyat, and Jack Aitken. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Guys, apologies from my side for not giving the race a proper, entrance at the end of quali, but I was absolutely shell-shocked. We're starting P20. My teammate made Q3 because he qualified in P10 at Albon. So Albon is already impressing me a lot, guys. Guys, it's P20. We've got nothing to lose. I'm going hards to mediums to try to see what I can get going for myself. We're going to check the race director out now to see what everybody's strategies are. Obviously, the top 10 are all going to be on softs, but my concern is with 11th to 22nd. So most guys seem like they're on the mediums. Grosjean is on the mediums. Magnussen is on the mediums. Ooh, Vettel and the Ferrari is on the hards, who actually fell out in Q1 with me. Guys, this is going to be a very, very interesting race. Let's jam together for the first formation lap of Season 2. ready for season 2 of my team and the season opener, the Bahrain Grand Prix. 5 red lights and it's go, go, go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Mercedes front row lockout with Daniel Ricciardo in P3. He gets a fantastic launch and gets alongside Lewis Hamilton. Valtteri Bottas blocks off the inside to make sure his teammate can't dive from him. Ricciardo was trying to go right around the outside. The defending world champion leads the way for the first round here and the first lap of season 2 of my team. Valtteri Bottas leads the way from Daniel Ricciardo in P2. Lewis Hamilton in P3 with actually the second Renault of Esteban Ocon in P4. We go a little bit back here and look at the 2 Alpha Tauris battling away with the 2 Red Bulls of Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. I nearly said Sergio Perez, but it's Carlos Sainz. We jump back to our POV for our start, guys, and the only man doing the hard to medium strategy with me, Sebastian Vettel, was right ahead of us, and out of the 2 of us, I definitely got the better launch. Into the first corner, it's chaos as always. Vettel actually has a very nice opening around the outside. We go up the inside here of Lando Norris and Antonio Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeo, but we just can't get the grip down. The hard tires, when they're cold and on heavy fuel, don't have too much grip, so we had a little bit of a tank slapper going through turn 1 into turn 2, but it's nothing too bad. Around the outside of Antonio Giovinazzi, but he keeps his nose in there, heading into the S section. Gio is still there on the inside. He's now going to have the outside. He will have the inside for the hairpin. He mounts the curve very aggressively, and we just go right around the outside and cut off his nose on the turn in, and that was a beautiful move. And our teammate Albon has got a bit of problems here with the harsh driver of Kevin Magnussen. They're side by side, number 20 versus number 23, and guys, the 23 of Albon looks good on the turbo boosted racing machine. Into this next section, Albon will have the inside. Is he going to squeeze Magnussen? Yes, he does, and he is now back up into P10. Not the best start for Albon, but guys, there's still a long way to go. And those of you guys that have been watching F1 videos now for a while would know tire strategy here around Bahrain is a very, very hard thing. And a tiny mistake can cost you literally like 10 positions sometimes. Trust me. But we end the first lap of season 2 with the defending champion Valtteri Bottas leading the way from Ricciardo in P2, Hamilton P3, and Ocon P4. It's a checkerboard of Mercedes and Renault at the end of the first lap. Never thought I would say that. But heading towards the end of the first lap, we are right behind Lando Norris. He's going for a dive up the inside of George Russell. We go right around the outside as though it seemed like they made contact through the corner. Beautiful double move around the outside. How on earth did I do that? That is replay worthy. Come on, let's fade to black and go back into the replay. What a move! Guys, look, we didn't have quali pace, but it's clear that we've got race pace. And yes, I know it's only the end of lap 1, but the car felt good. The car really felt good. You can see as Lando went defensive, he saw the gap on the inside of Russell. He went for it, and Lando did have a little bit of wheel banging with Russell because he had to mount that inside curve very aggressively. So he gets the move done on Russell, but he stays in the same position because I went around the outside of both of them. So I'm sure Lando was not very impressed with myself. We come towards the end of lap 3, the start of lap 4, and you got to see DRS has been activated, and here comes Lando. He's really not pleased with me. We go up the inside, but I just hang it around the outside, and I keep the McLaren behind me. Those of you guys that haven't seen yet, obviously Carlos Sainz has gone to Red Bull, meaning Lando Norris's new teammate is Danny Kvyat, because obviously I stole Albon from Red Bull. The silly season at the end of season 1 was actually insane. It was so cool. So please go check out the preseason video. I mean, you guys are going to your mouths are going to hang open. We have our former teammate Jack Aitken giving his new teammate at Williams, Nicholas Latifi, a run for his money, and he goes up the inside. Even though it's for the wooden spoon, it's only for P21. That is Mr. Aitken, and now up into P21. We go jump on with Daniel Ricciardo. He does. Oh no! The car's not slipping. He's got a tag slapper into the wall. Massive crash here from Daniel Ricciardo out of P2. Well, out of P2 of the Grand Prix. He's not out, guys. He's still running. But what an uncharacteristic mistake from the Aussie. Out of P2, Ricciardo is now all the way down to last place probably. But that was a hefty incident. Ricciardo is lucky not to have broken like to shear it off a wheel. Very lucky there from Ricardo. His teammate Ocon is in along with my teammate Albon. Albon is into the pit lane. He's going for the 2-stop softs onto 2 sets of mediums. So Albon has got a very, very interesting evening ahead of him. Here comes Ricardo, guys, without a front wing. He's into the pit lane, and now he's even after his teammate. You guys know there's always a delay when you double stack in the F1 game. It's really something that needs to be fixed by Cody's, but Ricardo probably had something like a 12-second pit stop there. That is the longest pit stop ever. We now jump on board with the end of the next lap, and Lewis Hamilton, once again, even though Valtteri Bottas is the world champ, Mercedes are still prioritizing Lewis Hamilton. How is this okay? Valtteri won the world championship the previous round, and they're still prioritizing Hamilton. Oh my word, but luckily Bottas has got a proper lead, guys. So he's coming in now at the end of the next lap, but Hamilton is out on a fresh set of softs. And as you guys saw there, Mercedes are putting mediums onto Bottas's car. Maybe Bottas just doesn't like the soft tires. Maybe he feels he's got more pace on the mediums. But I really hope Mercedes haven't screwed Bottas out of a win here, because I'm not going to lie, that will anger me. We now jump on board with Verstappen. He's going onto the mediums. You've got Perez there. Here comes the new McLaren boy, Danny Kvyat, up the inside of Giovinazzi as he's right behind Sebastian Vettel. There's Lance Stroll. Here comes Bottas out of the pit lane. And as you guys can see, he is ahead of Hamilton, who is stuck between the 2 Williams cars. So luckily Hamilton can't show his proper pace, because he's stuck behind stuck in between the 2 slowest cars on the grid. But guys, let's run through the top 10 as all the top 10 on the people who started on the soft tires have pitted. Roman Grosjean for AlphaTauri is leading the Bahrain Grand Prix from myself in P2, followed by the Haas of Kevin Magnussen in P3. Kimi Raikkonen is in P4 for Alfa Romeo. Lando Norris has fallen all the way down to P5. Then in P6, you've got the second Haas of George Russell. P7, it is actually Danny Kvyat in the second McLaren. Then P8 is Sebastian Vettel, the man who's going to go the longest along with me. P9 is Antonio Giovinazzi for Alfa Romeo. And then P10 is Lance Stroll for Racing Point. So you guys can see that all the heavy punchers are not in the top 10 at this stage. So this is really going to be a very, very interesting race come the final 10 laps. We now jump back on board with Ricardo. Not again! Oh my word, the same mistake twice. Ricardo luckily keeps it out of the barrier this time. But guys, this evening is just getting worse and worse for Ricardo. He's already dead last. And oh my word, poor Danny Rick. I honestly, I just think he should go park the car and call it an evening, because that has been 2 spins now that has cost him a massive amount of time. You guys saw their Bottas getting up the inside. I'm not sure actually of who, because I was too busy talking about Ricardo. Here comes the basically the only remaining challenging Williams for this race. He goes up, Williams, challenging Renault of this race. He challenges the Williams up the inside. He gets around Latifi, and now it's the chance of Charles Leclerc to try and do exactly the same. Charles goes up the inside, around the outside, tries to go for Verstappen, but Verstappen can't get anything done. And guys, this is now the top 10 runners trying to get through the back markers who are doing a one-stop, either from mediums to hards or hards to mediums. And while they are battling away, I'm not going to lie, myself and Grosjean out in the lead, we were actually kind of enjoying our clean air. I'm not going to lie. This is now Kvyat getting up the inside of Russell. Russell and Kvyat are really having good first outings for their new teams. Like really, Haas, Alfa Romeo and McLaren are really not doing too shabby this race. So keep an eye on those teams come the end of this Grand Prix. Here comes Bottas right around Antonio Giovinazzi on the straight. So that is Bottas up another position. We rewind quickly back to Ocon, who is now fighting with my former teammate Aitken. It's going to be an easy move right around Aitken. And even Charles Leclerc might fancy something here. Charles is very quick on the straight, heading into the corner. Aitken will be able to brake a little bit later, but the Ferrari is the better car by a country mile. And that is Leclerc up the inside, as well as Verstappen trying to get past Stroll there, but he just can't get the move done. You've got Albon going side by side with Latifi, as well as Carlos Sainz trying to follow him through in the second Red Bull, right around the outside. Beautiful racing here from everybody in this little cluster. But these guys are losing massive amounts of time. Unlike this man, Bottas, who's really making his moves stick lap by lap. Bottas is driving an exceptional race here. He's trying to go around the outside of Russell to the inside for T2. Now heading up the hill towards turn 3. Well, actually turn 4 if you think about it. But let's just call it turn 3. He's going up the inside. Russell defends very fiercely. But the Haas is just not the Mercedes yet. And Valtteri is up the inside of Russell, who once again is driving a fantastic race for Haas F1 this race. Him and Magnussen have really, it seems like their team carrying, like the two teammates understand each other now properly. But the race leader, Roman Grosjean, is coming in for his one and only pit stop off of the mediums onto the hards, and that is now Grosjean coming out of the pit lane. We will see where he has rejoined as soon as we make our pit stop, guys. But you guys can see it's kind of silly season in the pit lane as almost all the medium tire runners pitted at once. Here comes Kvyat at the end of the next lap. We are staying out, guys. Myself and Vettel still have a few laps to go before we pit. But Kvyat is in along with, I think that's Magnussen. No, that's Russell and Giovinazzi. So all these guys, literally this race, every single car except the two Williams are playing for points. I literally said it, this is the third time I'm saying it. The top 10 teams are so close together, literally any one of those cars can fight for points. So it's an insane way to think about this, and because Bahrain is so unfriendly towards people who make it into Q3 and start the race on softs, everybody who's anybody has a chance in this race to get something done. There's Bottas going up the inside of Vettel, so he's now into P2. But guys, Bottas did not catch me, so I'm diving it into the pit lane to get off of my hards. I'm sure Vettel will follow me right behind. Yes, there's Vettel, and we are now going onto the mediums. And guys, the reason why this strategy works so good, if you can stay with the medium runners on your hards at the beginning of the races, we are going to have the pace of the medium runners now, because they are going to pit 1 or 2 laps after us, and then it's medium running all the way to the end.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Thank you very much, Jeff. And as you guys can see, we come out in P8. We are in the top 10 officially, and all these guys ahead of me still have a stop to make. The only person ahead of me who doesn't have to stop is Grosjean. But the thing is, Grosjean's on hards, I'm on mediums, I can catch him. We are behind his teammate Pierre Gasly, the 2 Gs of AlphaTauri. And Gasly also, he's driving a spectacular race for AlphaTauri, but he's still got a pit stop to make. And guys, look at the minimap. Look how close everybody is together, except for Ricciardo, who's running at the back, and Bottas, who's really far on the lead at this stage. Everybody else are so close together. We are so condensed that you can literally go from P5 to P18. That is how insane this is. And you guys can see these mediums are already starting to show their true color, because I'm all over the rear end of Gasly, somebody who was in the running to be my teammate, but unfortunately I chose Albon because he was a little bit cheaper he was a little bit easier to afford than old Gasly. But I would like to have Gasly as a future teammate. I'm crazy about Pierre, but I'm just not for this season yet. Into the next corner, you guys can see Gasly is really, I'm struggling a bit with the dirty air, so I knew the sooner I got past him, the better. And you guys can already see some of the 2 stoppers coming in already. Overtake engaged, DRS open, rich mixture flowing. Into the first corner, we go up the inside of Pierre Gasly. The Frenchman versus the South African. Into the first corner, nothing that Pierre can do about it. And that's us now up into P5, as we are now behind the 2 Red Bulls of Verstappen and Sainz. And the only people who still have to pit are the 2 Red Bulls and Bottas. So, guys, this race is really getting insane. We jump on board with Kimi Räikkönen, who's battling away with George Russell, if I'm not mistaken. It's the Finn versus the Brit. Or is this Magnussen? I think this might be Magnussen. I'm not sure, guys, but I saw a little bit more red in the helmet, so I think that might be Kevin Magnussen. Here comes Lewis Hamilton, trying to go around the outside. It is Magnussen. I saw the helmet. Yes, it is Magnussen. It is. Look at the red. That is Magnussen. Yes, number 20. Hamilton right around the outside of K-Mag, who is actually followed closely behind by his teammate George Russell. We now jump on board with our race leader coming in for his second and final pit stop. Valtteri Bottas is into the lane to strap on a new set of medium tires. tires. Now guys, Bottas did go longer on his old mediums than I thought. His mediums are about 4 laps younger than mine, so he's going to have a distinct advantage come the end of this race. Verstappen dives it into the pit lane, and we are now going to make a move on the new Red Bull man, Carlos Sainz, on our fresh medium tires. DRS opened, we pull to the inside. It's going to be an easy dive up the inside. Sainz tries to come back at us, but he just doesn't have the grip on the first corner exit, and that is us now up into P2. So guys, once again, Romain Grosjean for Alpha frickin' Tauri is leading the Bahrain Grand Prix with ourselves in P2, and oh my goodness. Okay guys, Daniel Ricciardo literally can't get anything going for himself. After 2 massive spins, a crash, and this is the way his evening has to end. Ricciardo's engine has just said kaput, and guys, I'm pretty sure that Danny Rick is not impressed with Renault Formula 1 at this stage. Obviously, I'm sure that he realizes the mistakes were his. Oh my word, safety car!
The safety car is out. We need to form up at a reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive.
Guys, this is gonna ruin the race for the one-stoppers, because now all the two-stoppers have got an opportunity to catch up. Oh my word. Okay guys, but still, back to the Ricciardo story. He just can't win today. I mean, Ricciardo can't get anything going for himself, and Danny Rick is out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. But guys, once again, let's talk about the insanity which this Grand Prix is. Romain Grosjean for Alpha Tauri is leading the way. We are in P2 for its turbo boosted racing. Valtteri Bottas, the man who is the favorite to win this Grand Prix now, is in P3. P4 is the McLaren of Danny Kvyat. The newbie at McLaren is 1 position away from a podium. Sebastian Vettel, who is in a better seat than the hard runners, is in P5. Hamilton is in P6 with Raikkonen in P7. So great work here from Alfa Romeo. George Russell is in P8. So he definitely overtook Magnussen. Magnussen is in P9, and I'm almost sure Giovinazzi is in P10. Look at that! Guys, Haas and Alfa Romeo are having the most perfect first race of the season. We jump towards the end of the next lap, and it's time for the safety car to come into the pit lane. There we go, the lights go down, and we've got about 8 laps of racing left. And I'm going to say this again, Romain freaking Grosjean is leading the way for Alpha Tauri. But guys, I knew, I'm always on the mediums, I was the quicker man, and if I wanted to have any chance to win this Grand Prix, to start Season 2 like we ended Season 1, I was going to have to make a move as quickly as possible. Anyway, it's green, 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 back to green flag racing. We are right behind Grosjean, overtake mode engaged, rich mixture running. Bottas is also following in the slipstream. We're going to have to go for the move around the outside. Come on, don't fight too hard, Grosjean. He doesn't have the grip. We go up the inside of Romain Grosjean, outside to inside, and that is us now taking the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Grosjean is gonna, I hope Grosjean keeps Bottas behind him as long as possible, but guys, I've got a bolt. If I want any chance to win this Grand Prix, though, the further I get away from Bottas, the better, because it's inevitable that he will overtake Grosjean. And what the holy moly! iiTzAssassins, what did you do? Look, I'm sorry, but that was utter desperation, or he had a brake failure. Because the car just didn't seem like it wanted to stop there. I mean, he just comes from behind and plows into poor Sergio Perez. And that is Aitken's race over. So Perez is now, does Perez have front wing damage? He is lucky to not have front wing damage. He's got a little bit of a shark bite there out of his front wing there on the left front. But nothing that's gonna harm him really at all. So yeah, Aitken has just ruined a very good first opening race for himself. Right? He was really driving well. He was beating Latifi hand over fist. But yeah, you can't win them all. So Aitken trying to start his Season 2 much better than Season 1, not happening. But guys, we come towards the end of lap 23. We're going to start lap 24, meaning there are 6 laps to go, including the one we've just started. And like I said, it was inevitable, but here comes the Finn, Valtteri Bottas, up the inside of Romain Grosjean. Come on, Grosjean, defeat, come on, try harder. No, oh boy. Okay guys, it's officially a race now. We've got about 2 seconds on Bottas, but he's going to cut that down in literally a lap and a half. I mean, we're jumping now all the way to the end of lap 26, and you guys can see he's sniffing my gearbox like as if it's the only thing he has to sniff. Bottas I nearly said Grosjean. That just gave me a heart attack. What was he doing there? He nearly took me out there. Like what Hamilton did at Abu Dhabi at the final race of season 1. That was, don't do that. Don't do that. Here comes George Russell, and guys, look at Russell up the inside of Kimi Räikkönen for P7, and it's an Alfa Romeo / Haas battle for the final 4 points paying positions, P7, P8, P9 and P10. And look at George Russell, he has opened the door for Magnussen, and that is Haas F1 into P7 and into P8. Beautiful move there from Magnussen. So it's clear that the new teammate relationship between Russell and Magnussen is very healthy, because they have just taken P7 and P8. And guys, if they finish in P7 and P8, that's a total of 10 points. I think that'll be more points than they scored in the entirety of season 1. Don't quote me on that, I'm not exactly sure, but they didn't score much more than 10 points. So in the first race of season 2, thanks to George Russell and Kevin Magnussen, they might score more points in the first race than they did in the entire season 1. How insane is that? But guys, back to the action. We start the final lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix. This has been an absolute classic of a season opener. You got to see Vettel and Kvyat are trying to get past Grosjean. They have got Hamilton behind them, pressurizing them, but nothing is working out. You've got the two Haas boys in P7 and P8, Alfa Romeo in P9 and P10. It's going to be a good day for Alfa Romeo as well. Scoring points being one of the back market teams, or supposed to be. It's a huge thing for them. You guys can see onto the back straight for one final time. Bottas, V, turbocharged 51, V, my real name, Honeycomb. I don't want to use that because it sounds stupid in English. But we head into this left-right S, and Bottas is right there, guys. But I've saved up enough ERS for this for the final back straight. We went onto the first of the 2 back straights just now. This is the final back straight where Hamilton overtook Leclerc in the 2019 season after Leclerc suffered a horrific engine malfunction through the final corner. Guys, we qualified P20. How is this even happening? We start season 2 like we ended season 1. We take victory under the floodlights of Bahrain.
Congratulations.
A fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the deserts. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. So let's review the updated drivers' standings. Parker takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Parker. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes move to the top of the table. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you? Do you think you were lucky not to end your race with that crash? Great. Well, that's everything.
Guys, I think our good luck is endless. What a race in Bahrain. We start off season 2 the same way we ended season 1 with a phenomenal victory. I mean, I'm speechless. Look, I know Alex did not have the best race. I'm not going to lie. He was a little bit screwed out of points today with the strategy. But guys, Alex has already proven himself to me. He qualified P10 when I qualified in P20. He did me in qualifying today. So we're really going to have to sort out our quali pace and sort out the car. We need to get some upgrades on this car. But guys, it's been an absolutely fantastic weekend. I mean, with celebrating coming across the finish line, when the computer took over the car, it just crashed. But I mean, we win the season opener in Bahrain. And guys, let me just quickly tell you something that's kind of interesting. If Valtteri Bottas did not get the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and we did, because literally Bottas beat my fastest lap by like, I think half a tenth, like 0.050. Oh, I think it's even less. But if Bottas didn't get the fastest lap and we did, it's turbo boosted racing and Mercedes would have been level on points in the constructors. How insane is that? Guys, look at this. Roman Grosjean is in P3 of the Drivers' Championship for AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri are in P3 on the constructors. McLaren are in P4 thanks to Danny Kvyat sealing P4. You've got Vettel, who started, P18, securing P5. Hamilton just not showing up. And then you've got Russell, Magnussen, Raikkonen, and Giovinazzi doing wonders for Haas and Alfa Romeo. Guys, look at the teams that did not get points. Renault, Racing Point, which are the second quickest car according to the R&D. Red Bull in the hands of Verstappen and Sainz, and obviously Williams is no surprise, but Renault, Racing Point, and Red Bull are sitting on around 0 for the season opener. Guys, if that is not your clue to how absolutely insane season 2 is gonna be, I do not know what's gonna give you a bigger smack through the face. I mean, this is freaking insane! We won the first Grand Prix starting in P20. And look, this was not on pace. There is a little bit of luck in this, and this is also just me driving a very good race. I kept my nose clean that entire race, and I was putting in quali lap after quali lap after quali lap on the hards and the mediums. I was pushing like an absolute stabbed rat. This was absolutely phenomenal. Guys, if this does not deserve your like, I do not know what will. You guys know how I work. The longer the video, the better the race. And I mean, you guys have been provided for today. This was insane. So go down below, drop a like on the video, and while you're there, hit that subscribe button if you are new. Click the bell, select all, and you will never miss a future awesome episode like this one. And also, still while you're down there and listening to my very beautiful voice, go check out the links in the description, guys, and please go to support my new clan, Falcon Gaming, as well as all my social media platforms, and me and iiTzAssassins, a second channel, Forza Watch Gaming. New content will be dropping for that channel pretty soon. Guys, it's been insane. I'm flabbergasted. I do not know how to show you guys and to tell you guys how I feel, because you guys know, when it comes to pace, I shouldn't have won this Grand Prix. This was Bottas's race to lose, and he did, but only by not even a full second, half a second. And if it wasn't for this move right here, overtaking Grosjean after the safety car restart, Bottas would have eaten me for breakfast. But guys, that has been this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. It's going to be an insane season 2. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all with the next video. Cheers!